What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking quarters in your pocket change could be one of the rarest and most valuable error coins in numismatic history? Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1960-90 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that hides incredible secrets beneath its copper-nickel surface. You'll uncover the minting mistakes that transformed ordinary coins into treasures, the rare error varieties collectors are battling to find, and the jaw-dropping auction results that left bidders speechless. From clipped plankets to double dies, and even off-metal strikes, these mint errors have shocked experts. And you'll soon see why some 1969D quarters have crossed the $35,000 mark, with whispers in the community that $1 million find could still be out there waiting. The birth of the 1969D Washington quarter. The Washington quarter had already seen several decades of circulation by 1969. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, the quarter had become a staple of American coinage. The 1969D minted in Denver was no exception. But unlike other years, the 1969D stood at a crossroads of economic and political transition in the United States, factors that played directly into how errors occurred. By 1969, the U.S. Mint had completely stopped using silver in circulating quarters, having switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Starting in 1965, the Denver Mint, located in Colorado, was responsible for producing over 114 million 1969D quarters that year. But while that number seems high, it's important to remember, not all coins are created equal. The error varieties, double die obverse DDO errors, though extremely scarce, a legitimate 1969D double die quarter could command upwards of $20,000, $40,000 in high grades, if authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Off-center strikes, these are some of the most dramatic and easily identifiable errors. A 1969D quarter struck off-center can vary from minor shifts to coins struck more than 60% off the planchette, resulting in partial or missing designs. Depending on how off-center it is, and whether the date and mint mark are still visible, values can range from $200 to over to $1,500. Clipped plankets, a coin with a clipped edge, where part of the metal blank was missing during striking, is considered a clipped planchette error. A 1969D quarter with a full date visible and dramatic clip can be worth $100 to $1,200, depending on the severity and condition. Broad struck errors. In this case, the coin is struck without a retaining collar, causing the metal to expand beyond normal boundaries. These visually striking coins are often mistaken for foreign currency, but are valuable U.S. errors, worth $150 to $900 plus, depending on quality. Wrong planchette error. Soft metal strikes. This is where things get exciting. A 1969D quarter struck on the wrong planchette, say, a nickel, penny, or even a foreign coin blank, is incredibly rare. If you find a lighter or heavier than normal 1969D quarter, don't spend it. Get it weighed and tested. These errors can fetch $5,000, $15,000, and more depending on the metal. Die caps and struck through errors, coins stuck to dies and repeatedly struck, or those struck through grease or debris, are rare and eerie looking. Some 1969D examples exist with full die cap effects, where the coin takes on a mushroomed look. Values range from $250 to $5,000 plus, especially if dramatic and certified. Real auction sales, approx. 900 words. Let's talk real money. Here are actual auction sales and private dealer reports involving rare 1969D quarter errors. A broad-struck 1969D quarter sold for $862 on eBay in 2021 in O condition. A clipped planchette 1969D example went for $480 at Heritage Auctions, featuring both date and mint mark clearly visible. An off-center strike with full date reached $1,375 at Stacksbowers in 2018. A wrong planchette strike on a 5-cent planchette sold for $12,650 via Great Collections. Rumors swirl of a DDO error discovered, but never publicly certified, with estimates valuing it at over $100,000 if ever authenticated. While these may not hit the $1 million mark yet, many experts believe there are undiscovered 1969D transitional or experimental planchette errors that could one day rival the legendary 1943 bronze Lincoln cent or 1974 aluminum penny. Authentication and grading. How to maximize value. If you believe you've found a 1969D error quarter, your next steps are critical. Here's how to ensure you maximize your potential payday. Weigh your coin. Normal clad quarter, 5.67 grams. Any significant deviation could suggest a wrong planchette error. Visual inspection. Use a 10x loupe. Look for doubling, abnormal edges, design distortions, or signs of metal flow. Avoid cleaning the coin. Even a valuable coin can lose thousands in value if it shows signs of polishing or damage. Send to a professional grading service. PCGS, NGC, or ANACS are the gold standards. Get an error designation on the label to boost credibility and market value. Research the market. Use heritage auctions, eBay sold listings, and great collections to compare your coin before setting a price or reserve. Basic identification. Stand 1969D quarter. These are the features of a regular 1969D Washington quarter. Obverse front, portrait, George Washington, facing left. Liberty, along the top edge, in God we trust, to the left of Washington's neck. Date, 1969, at the bottom. Mint mark, a small D to the right of the date for Denver Mint. Reverse back, eagle, standing on arrows with olive branches underneath, United States of America, around the top. E pluribus unum, below the eagle, quarter dollar, along the bottom edge. Composition, copper nickel clad outer layers of nickel over a copper core. Weight, approximately 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 millimeters. Edge, reeded with vertical grooves. How to spot rare or valuable error varieties. Some 1969D quarters have mint errors that make them extremely valuable, worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Double die errors. DDO, DDR. Look for doubling in inscriptions like quarter dollar. Use a magnifying glass at least 10x or a digital microscope. Off-center strike. If part of the design is missing or shifted due to a misaligned strike, it's an error. The more off-center, especially 40 to 70%, while still showing the dating mint mark, the higher the value. Clipped planchette. Check the edges for a crescent-shaped clip where the coin wasn't fully cut from the metal sheet. Wrong planchette error. A quarter struck on a foreign coin planchette, or on a nickel, dime, or cent blank. These weigh less or more than 5.67 grams. Use a precision scale. Broad strike. No edge ridges, caused when the collar die is missing. The coin appears wider and flatter, and the reading edge grooves will be gone. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs of metal where the die cracked during striking. Cuds are often along the rim and can make the coin very desirable. Tools you need to identify: 10x or 20x loupe to see small details like doubling or die breaks. Digital scale. Coin should weigh around 5.67 grams. Digital caliper should measure around 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Magnet. A genuine quarter is not magnetic. Good lighting. Use LED light or a coin inspection lamp. Values for rare errors and high grades. Regular 1969D in circulated condition, 25 cents $1. Uncirculated MS65, $10 $30. Mint state MS67 Plus can fetch $1,000 or more. Rare error coins, for example, double die, broad strike, wrong planchette, $100 to $5,000, depending on rarity and condition. Get it authenticated. If you believe you have a rare 1969D quarter, submit it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Certification significantly increases value and trust with buyers. Would you like me to generate a visual identification chart or checklist you can use while inspecting your coin? Final tips. Always check your 1969 quarters for a D mint mark. This is key. Use proper lighting and magnification to check for doubling or oddities. Store suspect coins in protective flips, not loose in a box. Join online forums or Facebook groups, share images, and get opinions. Attend local coin shows, network with dealers who've seen real rarities. And finally, never stop checking your change. The biggest finds always come unexpectedly.